Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith. For decades now, Lake Fernan has been host to dangerous levels of algae and phosphorus. These algae blooms can produce toxins that cause a wide array of health issues in humans and wildlife. But there is hope now tonight that the lake will see some much safer days ahead. Our Hunter Bertram explains the new proposals to clean up the lake.
Here at Fernan Lake, east of Coeur d'Alene, you can see today it's covered in ice and snow, typical for midwinter. However, by the end of summer, this lake is typically covered in green algae.
And it's the dirtiest lake around.
Dustin Stetson, an avid fisherman who lives nearby.
I would hate to have, my son at a young age not to be able to go to the lake and be fearful that he's going to get sick from touching the water.
Fernan Lake has excess phosphorus that pops up in the summertime. And it's a very critical nutrient for algae growth. When you have too much of it in a system, the toxic cyanobacteria that cause these blooms that you hear about, they like that excess phosphorus.
Algae blooms can cause toxins that lead to various health problems for both humans and wildlife. However, there is optimism for the future, as Fernan Lake Village has taken action. In 2023, they enlisted Eutrofix to develop a cleanup plan for the 400-acre lake. On Friday, the company unveiled their proposed solutions.
One of the key levers we have to improve a lake is to manage that phosphorus.
Ryan Van Gotham is the lead for the lake's management project. He tells me there's a few approaches, both short-term fixes and long.
And so what we can do is actually permanently bind up that phosphorus so it's not releasable and not impacting the water quality. So working on some things in the lake, but then also reducing how much phosphorus comes into the lake long term.
That can mean managing the watershed, how rain and snow drain into the lake. But this is an expensive process, which leaves one major speed bump in the way of cleanup. How will they fund it?
They need to start going after funding and requesting dollars to be able to be put towards management.
Van Gotham does note this can take time for the city to do. If you'd like to read more about these proposals, head to KXLY.com. In Fernan Lake Village, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, some good information there. Well, even with some occasional snow showers, it's been a pretty pleasant weekend of weather here in the inland Northwest. But all of that is about to change very soon. Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking what could be the coldest weather of the season coming up here, Matt.
Yeah, it doesn't look too pleasant, and that's why we've already declared some weather alert days for this upcoming week, because you are going to have to put on the extra layer and then probably one layer on top of that, particularly for our friends in the North Idaho Panhandle. Basically everywhere from Coeur d'Alene north to the U.S.-Canada border, sub-zero wind chill, both early Tuesday and early on Wednesday. So both of those days, 4 News Now weather alert days, because look, we want to make sure you know what's going on. You're prepared for some pretty tough conditions, especially if you are planning to spend any extended time outside. When that wind blows, and the reason why we show you a different number for the wind chill value or the feels like temperature is because, well, that wind just takes your body heat and it takes it somewhere else, not where you are, which is kind of a problem, and why you need to dress for the temperatures I'm about to show you rather than perhaps what your thermometer outside is reading. So once again, these temperatures factor in that wind. It's going to feel like Monday night already, that Arctic air moving in. Going to feel like 8 degrees in Sandpoint, feel like 7 in Bonners Ferry. So this is 7 o'clock on Monday. So already that Arctic air, you could see looking over in western Montana, just moving in slowly but surely, and those winds funneling down those narrow valleys in the North Idaho Panhandle. By Tuesday morning, this is when things start to get a little bit more difficult. Across the Western Prairie, feeling like single digits above zero, but you head just further north, and we're talking about that sub-zero wind chill across the North Idaho Panhandle and perhaps even in parts of Pend Oreille County as well. And I tell you what, it's not going to feel all that pleasant in Spokane either, even though that wind chill factor is going to be much, much less than what we'll see further to the north. Even on Tuesday afternoon, that is fairly unpleasant in our Panhandle regions. So these are the temperatures, as I mentioned, that you want to dress for. Look at Tuesday evening. Not even close to our low temperatures, and it's going to be feeling very, very cold. So that's the biggest thing in our weather over the next couple of days, but we're also going to be tracking some snow. We'll show you where that could become an issue coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. Investigators are still trying to pinpoint the causes of two separate fatal air crashes that happened just 2 days apart. On Wednesday, a mid-air collision between a passenger jet and a military helicopter in D.C. And then on Friday, a medical ambulance flight crashing just a minute and a half after takeoff from a Philadelphia airport. Here's ABC's Ike Ajachi with the latest details on those investigations.
Investigators gathering debris from the wreckage of a small plane that crashed into a Philadelphia neighborhood moments after takeoff on Friday.
We still have hundreds of people, hundreds of incredibly dedicated staff who are working at the incident scene.
The Learjet 55, an air ambulance, was headed to Tijuana. 6 people on board died, including a mother and a child, a patient at Shriners Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. Jet Rescue Air Ambulance sharing these pictures of the 4 crew members lost, all Mexican nationals. 1 other person on the ground in a vehicle was killed, and at least 22 people were injured.
5 of the victims remain hospitalized currently, and 3 of them are in critical condition.
This tragedy coming just 2 days after that American Airlines plane collided with a military Black Hawk helicopter in Washington, D.C. Wednesday night. The NTSB says some of the most trusted location data shows the crash happening at just over 300 feet, higher than the 200 feet the Black Hawk was supposed to be flying at. But the NTSB saying the tower radar that air traffic control was looking at may have showed the chopper at 200 feet.
Initial data indicates that he may have seen 200 feet. That needs to be verified. Our ATC group is working it.
67 lives lost in the accident, 64 passengers and crew on the American Airlines flight, and 3 service members on the Black Hawk. Families of some of the victims visiting the scene today, brought in on buses with the police escort. A crane barge seen moving in the Potomac to the crash site today. The Army Corps of Engineers says salvage operations are set to begin on Monday. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, New York.
A restaurant owner in Washington, D.C. is working to make sure first responders stay fed while they work up close and around the clock to investigate the plane crash over the Potomac. The crash happened down the street from the restaurant Rasa, and the owner is now providing hundreds of meals to those working to recover the lives lost.
When we first saw the plane crash happen, it was just deeply tragic. And, the fact that they were just a few minutes from landing and, some of their families were already talking to some people on board is just, just incredibly sad.
The restaurant has prepared 600 meals in less than 2 days. Well, still to come here on 4 News Now. This week's Air for Adventure will give you an aerial tour of Spokane's water towers.
And we are going to be tracking some snow in addition to the bitter cold temperatures for this week. You can see already in central Idaho some weather alerts. We'll explain those and talk about who gets snow and who doesn't. Coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
The 2025 Boat Show. 2025 boats in stock. Always the best for less. Like this Tri-Tune 150 horse with trailer at Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports, your pontoon superstore.
COVID-19. I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not risking it. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body.
Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. Tell your doctor about all medicines, vitamins, and herbal supplements you take, as certain tests or dosage changes of your other medicines may be needed. Tell them if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, are or plan to be pregnant, or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if allergic to its ingredients. Stop taking and call your doctor right away if you have allergic reaction symptoms. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe like anaphylaxis, and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor today.
Our remodels are made to look beautiful and made to last.
So we hand-selected products that are stylish and durable to create new designs for your bathroom. See them now at rebath.com.
So what do you think about these? to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
The 2025 Boat Show. 2025 boats in stock. Always the best for less. Like this Tri-Tune 150 horse with trailer at Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Coeur d'Alene Marine Sports, your pontoon superstore.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Welcome back. Forget about Groundhog's Day, right, Matt?
Right.
Exactly. Potato lovers are celebrating because it's National Tater Tot Day, a way better day. If you don't have any dinner plans figured out, companies like Sonic, Burger King, and Domino's will be offering various tot deals throughout the day. So that's pretty, I didn't know Domino's did tots now.
Yeah.
That's kind of, well, good for them. Diversify the menu. That's awesome.
Yeah, boy, why do we have to show that at our 6 o'clock when our dinner breaks around the corner? My goodness.
I know. I kind of want to call something in, DoorDash something, right?
Yeah, something like that. I tell you what, you may want to call in a bunch of things and just stay home over the next couple of days here because, man, it is going to be cold. We've also got some more snow showers in the forecast over the next couple of days. And in fact, that starts, at least for Spokane, in perhaps just a couple of hours here. So let's zoom in. We got another disturbance moving through the inland northwest. It's producing some snow showers, generally north of I-90, but right between Sprague Lake and Ritzville, we've got a brief period on I-90 where you're going to see some pretty heavy snowfall just for a little bit here, and then light snow showers all the way north into the Wilbur area that stretches all the way back towards Cooley Dam and Cooley City. In fact, in the Cooley Dam area, we are likely here within the next 20-30 minutes to see a period of light snowfall. Any snow that you do get, you can get up to an inch worth of snow as those showers move across. Here's the track for the next couple of hours. So snow moving into places potentially like Cheney, Davenport, the Fort Spokane area, and we'll continue to see things spread off to the east and to the north as we head through the rest of the night. I think the best chance for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene to pick up a little bit of snow in some of our neighborhoods is going to be kind of in that 8 to 9 o'clock time frame. Then, just like we saw last night, we'll see this area of snow continue to track up to the north, and more snow showers, especially in Bonner and Boundary counties in North Idaho. So that's our one disturbance for the night. Tomorrow, not a whole lot going on. A mix of cloud cover with some sunshine further north. And as we head into very early Tuesday morning, there's a whole lot going on to our south, and some of that moisture starts tracking northward as we get here into very early Tuesday morning. So a chance for some slick and slippery conditions around the Palouse, all the way north to about Kellogg for Tuesday morning. And then another round coming in Tuesday night. So then Wednesday morning across north central Idaho, another opportunity for some snowy conditions, and especially in the Lookout Pass area. If you go over that frequently, there will be some notable snow over the next 2-3 days here. So we got basically about a chance. Mostly it's going to be that Tuesday night event for about an inch and change in Pullman and Moscow. Lewiston, no measurable snowfall so far this year. Depending on how much of that snow lifts to the north, you could get anywhere between a ½ inch to maybe around 1.5 inches or 2 inches at the very, very most. Very notable snowfall, especially on the south side of the Camas Prairie. Kellogg also getting in the Silver Valley. Notice who doesn't get in on this, though. Areas further north like Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, not expecting much out of this system. We're just going to miss it. And instead, we are going to talk about our temperatures dropping. Here are your highs for tomorrow. Hey, not too bad. A little bit cooler than what we've seen over the weekend. But then here are our lows for tonight. Teens, 20s, once again, very similar to what we have seen recently. But Here comes Monday night. Single-digit lows in the Idaho Panhandle. We drop down to the teens in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and that's not factoring in that wind chill that we talked about, which is why Tuesday and Wednesday are weather alert days. Idaho Panhandle folks, and really just everybody, you got to dress a little bit warmer than maybe you think you will for highs in the 20s and lows anywhere from the low teens to the upper end of the single digits above zero. Things will warm up slightly by the end of the week. We'll also be looking for another chance for snow at some point on Friday.
Good use of the air quotes there, Matt. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Well, hey, in this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're taking you high above some of the water towers that are throughout the Spokane area. So sit back, relax. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone.
There's multiple different companies that serve water in the valley. I think there's 13 in Spokane County's water districts. Either on legs or on a hill, it's something just to lift the water up to where it needs to be to establish that pressure. We store it so that we can use it at a later date. We have 7 million gallons of water that we can call on at a moment's notice to use for fire flow or if we had other really high peak uses. The pump house, like is behind us here, that pumps the water out of the aquifer into our system. And then there's booster stations we have that boost it up hillsides. And then the reservoirs that we were talking about earlier, where we store the water. This well is only 100 feet deep to the top of the aquifer, and we only dug down into it because it's hand dug. We only dug down into it 8 or 10 feet. Functionally, the 4 million gallon reservoir at the end of 16th, it's big, it's ugly, it's flat. It stores 4 million gallons of water and could serve the whole system for several days, all on its own if the power went out. You know, the aquifer is so big, so clean, so good. It's an amazing thing, and we need to do all we can to protect its quality and use its quantity wisely.
Well, if you haven't started preparing your 2024 taxes, it's never too late to start. Libraries throughout Spokane are offering free resources to help your filing go smoothly this year. For help with filing those 1040 forms, which allow you to file your annual income tax return, Spokane Public Library locations, all of them, have free 1040 instruction pamphlets available. And if you need in-person help, Spokane County Library District is offering free tax filing assistance through AARP. To find out more information or to make an appointment, you can visit our website, kxly.com. Well, people are expecting to shell out some big bucks this Valentine's Day. According to the National Retail Federation, shoppers plan to spend an average of nearly $189 on the holiday. That's up about a $3 average over last year. In total, consumers are expected to spend a record $27.5 billion on this year's Valentine's Day. As for gifts, the most popular category this year is candy, followed by flowers, greeting cards, and an evening out. Well, Gonzaga falls in yet another close game yesterday. Coming up in sports, what went wrong for the Zags? Plus, Sydney Berger breaks down some of their close game losses to compare.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, or score 60 months no interest. The President's Day Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Donnie.
We lead the advocates.
The advocates fight for each of our injured clients. We take on big insurance and get big results.
We're both advocates, but we're very different from each other.
That's true.
I say potato, she says...
Potato.
Oh, I guess we're the same there.
Potato. Do people say that a different way?
Potato.
Who says it that way?
Never mind. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Ready to enjoy some February fun? The Kootenai Casino has a getaway just for you. Book your room now and cozy out for just $59 per night midweek and $89 on the weekend. And enjoy 2 free breakfast vouchers. Win big during our Mardi Gras Masquerade giveaway. And celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day with extra bonus play. Stay and win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenayRiverInn.com.
Traveling is so exciting, but you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax and enjoy your flight.
It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
From the moment you walk into Renew, your world opens up to a whole new set of possibilities. So if you have missing or failing teeth, or don't like the way your dentures fit, come visit us at Renew. Because at Renew, we make things possible. A set of stronger, tougher, more secure teeth in one day possible. Sitting at a fire pit eating s'mores possible. Or biting into an apple possible. It's time to make endless possibilities possible. Renew. Science with a smile.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Or score 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale. On now at Furniture Row.
The Zags were down in California yesterday for a conference rivalry game. St. Mary's is undefeated in WCC play, and it was an opportunity for Gonzaga to improve their Quad 1 record. Close games, though, haven't exactly been the Zags' strong suit, so when it came to the final possession, yet again, it felt like we had just seen this all before. It actually felt like that because we have seen this before. The Zags have dropped several Quad 1 and Quad 2 games, either in overtime or in the final minutes of the game. Their defense looked pretty good in the second half compared to the first, but surprisingly, their offense had an off day. Only 18% from the three-point line, and with the final score 62-58, Gonzaga was held to their lowest points scored all season. Graham Ike led scorers with 24 points. Other than that, just Ryan Nemhard scored in double figures, but clocked 12 assists as well. Let's look at Gonzaga's record against these Quad 1 teams. Again, Quad 1 wins are the best wins that you can get. Those two at the top in green, Baylor and SDSU, were wins in the beginning of the season. The ones in red, you can probably guess, those games were either lost in overtime or by less than 6 points. Half of these teams were also ranked at the time the Zags played them as well. So depending on how you look at things, it's a good sign Gonzaga can hang on to those great teams, but also not great they haven't been able to close it out. They've got LMU back at home this Thursday. In some better Zags news, the women's team was on fire after winning their 9th straight game yesterday. They escaped a close call against a big and aggressive Pacific team. Yvonne Ejim earned a double-double, now only 15 points from breaking the all-time points scored record. Freshman Allie Turner also had herself quite the game with 22 points in her 4th game this season with over 20.
I try to just be steady, and I think that's what Coach Lisa wants out of me too, to just keep the offense moving even when like our top scorer, top playmaker isn't in the game. So I think it's more of a like, how else are we going to get shots, not just for me, but for the team.
Gonzaga heads down to Moraga to take on St. Mary's this Thursday. Washington State has dropped 6 of their last 8 games in what is now shaping to be a pretty confusing back half of their season. They've fallen to a 5-6 record in conference play, quickly giving up any hope of an at-large bid into March Madness. Last night, they lost to San Francisco on a road. That was a game they won just a few weeks ago in Pullman. This one, though, a 24-point loss and still no progress on minimizing their turnovers. They do have one of their key players back with Isaiah Watts, but he just had 8 points in their loss. Next up for the Cougs, they head to Corvallis to take on Oregon State this Thursday. The Cougar women were able to pull off a 67-60 win against San Diego in Beasley Coliseum. Forward Dayana Mendez earned a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Washington State is climbing the conference standings with 3 wins in a row, 3rd place behind Gonzaga and Portland right now. San Diego has not won a conference game yet, but they still came out fighting hard. And that's something head coach Cammie Etheridge says shows how tough this conference is.
It's a tough team. It's not someone, they compete really hard. It's not like you can ever
you know, I don't think any of us feel like we can sit around and blow out anybody in this league. We're too inconsistent right now for our own self to even imagine, you know, separating ourselves. So we got to be pretty happy with this win.
Well, WSU have some tough conference play ahead of them. The Cougs get a week-long break before they take the short road trip to Spokane to take on the Zags. Those Zags we just talked about on a hot streak, so no easy task for the Cougs. That game is Saturday at 2 o'clock in the Kennel. In studio, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you in part by the mustard seed.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
So what are you learning in Moscow?
Well, the class focuses on nuclear energy, neutrons, electrons, managing underbrush to limit wildfires, muons, positrons, especially alpha particles and isotopes.
Well, I'm studying factors affecting healthcare provider recruitment in rural areas. Meaning?
Idaho forests stay healthy.
Veterans get better healthcare.
Limitless energy.
Well, sounds like we're in good hands.
There's a shadow up here. Get ready for 6 more weeks of winter this year.
Yes, the forecast from Pennsylvania says we are due for 6 more weeks of winter, Matt. And yeah, we can welcome that in if it's like the mild stuff we've been seeing. That's awesome.
Well, for this week, it definitely will not be. Not with sub-zero wind chill, not with, yes, still chances for snow. In fact, over the next few hours here this evening, we'll have a chance for a little bit of snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. You can see on your screen moving in our direction. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cold this week.
Yeah, break out the parka. That's going to be awesome. All right, we'll see you tonight.